Hey, Shucky Ducky. Hey, Shucky Ducky, I do believe I heard you roll up in there a little bit, there, Brady. You're doing thing out there in the Mobile. Hey, what's the 28 one more time? I didn't get the 28, but I did hear you out there in the Mobile there, Brady. Go ahead there, Brady. I'm trying. It's rough and tough. I'm trying there, Brig. I could hear somebody calling, but I couldn't quite pull it out. Terrible thing. Let me get my knees up in the breeze. I heard it. Test 1, 2, test 1, 2, 3. That's what I heard. I'm not sure who that was. Roger, 1961 on the east coast of the Carolinas. 1961 on the east coast, way out there in the Carolinas. Hello to you. From radio station Motormouth Mall, trying to roll up around your neck of the woods, Brady. Well, I appreciate that. They're 1961. Will you say I got it? And you got it up here around my neck of the woods, too, man. Sounding real good. Keep on with the keep it on. 1961. Motormouth Mall, your West Coast beast. Right here, right now, I got down. It's a Mother Nature thing. Mother Nature comes, Mother Nature goes, Mother Nature giveth, and Mother Nature taketh away. Ain't no doubt about that. Radio station Motormouth Mall, your West Coast undermodulated beast. Right here, right now, I got down. Oh, listen to that. That's kind of cool. Get some more bass up around the place. Maybe that was too much. I don't know. Is there such thing as too much? Let me get my knees up in the breeze. Motormouth Mall, stepping, I got down. Tender 1961. Take care. We'll catch you later on. Motormouth Mall, stepping. I'm moving on.
Motormouth Mall, take it easy on that end, Mr. 1961.
410. It's rough and tough out here from time to time, but we're doing the best we can with what we got in the wonderful world of sound. Radio station Motormouth Mall, the West Coast. Undermodulated beast, got down, got down. Get further, Dr. Soul. You're doing a good job, too. Hey, Dr. Soul around the pile, radio station Motormouth Mall says hello and good day. 410, take care, Dr. Soul. Always a pleasure with the double measure. Motormouth Mall waving and stepping, I got down. Hello, once again. I keep hearing super something mobile. I don't get the whole 28 though, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to listen to the whole thing there, Break.
I'm on the super field, man.
You might have said you were on the super slab. Was that one pill again? That didn't sound like one pill. I guess that was one pill out there in Colorado in the Mobile. Okay. That's rough and tough out there. Let me get back on the side and read the mail. Motor Mouth Mall, stepping. I won't be too far away. You still got a hammer down 1961, Motor Mouth Mall, let you know.
You could be done somewhere, son. I got down. West Side Body, Big Daddy is quiet. Central State.
Big Daddy around Atlanta, Georgia. I heard you roll up in there too, I did. Big Daddy around Atlanta, Georgia, Motor Mouth Mall waving. Big Daddy around Atlanta, Georgia, Motor Mouth Mall waving. Do I have that much reverb in there, or do you have reverb on your playback? Holy cow, do I have that much reverb in there, Ray?
Let me get out of here. No contact. Motor Mouth Mall, the big scrap is out of the place.
You got conditions. You definitely have conditions out here. You don't have to go anywhere there, Break.
565 West Texas.
Hello, 565. 565 around West Texas. I hear you, I do.
Hey, Roger, you're smoking here in the Lone Star State. Lean back. Take care. West Side Body, we talk at you later.
Yes, I'm smoking out there on Lone Star State. Holy cow. Yeah, I guess it's Mother Nature. She's working in the right direction there, Break.
Hey, Roger, thought I'd wave out there, 565. We're clear.
Yeah, put there 565. Well, I do appreciate the wave. And let me see if I got I'm pretty sure I got a water gate here. Hold on. Let me stop this doggone mess. I got one mouse and two programs. I need an extra couple hands, or I need, I don't know what I need. I need something. Let me see what I got here. Hold on. Oh. Yeah, I guess it's Mother Nature. She's working in the right direction there, Break.
Hey, Roger, thought I'd wave out there, 565. We're clear.
There you go. 565 Motor Mouth Mall, right there, right now. I got down. Hey, 1961, you're still here. Hey, 1961, you haven't gone too far away, I see. Yeah, Danielsan, did I hear you up in there? Danielsan, I think that was you rolling up in my radio a little bit. Danielsan, Motor Mouth Mall, waving his step in their break. Yeah, tip brother Danielsan, good to hear you up in there. Mother Nature dipping around. I was wondering if she was going to get around your stack of bricks or what was going to happen out there, but it looks like she's here, so very cool. Hey, Danielsan, Motor Mouth Mall. I might have had too much reverb up in the audio, so I just turned the reverb down a little bit. I hope that worked. If that was you with the playback a little bit ago. Hello to you, Danielsan, Motor Mouth Mall, right here, right now.
Question before I do. I'm going to do two playbacks for you, the one from before and then the one I just took. But a question on hairpins. Does it matter which direction the actual pin, I guess you call it, the matching device that hooks to the boom, does it or towards the reflector, or does it matter either way?
It doesn't matter. Everyone always puts it back toward the reflector, but it could go forward or backward. All it's looking for is ground or break. Too much reverb up in the audio, so I just turned the reverb down a little bit. I hope that worked. If that was you with the playback a little bit ago. Hello to Danielsan, Motor Mouth Mall, right here, right now.
And there you go. That's what I got down here in Tucson, Arizona.
Dang, that's not too bad. That's not too shabby. I changed everything around here at in the station. I know, since I added the SDR receiver, I wanted the audio to get routed in various different directions so I could use it for various different things. And so it took a little while to get it all squared away, but now I've got it working about right. So I don't use my SDR for my water gates on my audio. I use the Drake R8B because of the lack of delay. There's a little bit of a delay on the SDR, and so I don't use it on the gates or my headphone or for monitor. But I have the ability to switch on the gate whether I record from the SDR or the Drake, and I can separate which one is which on record and transmit and receive. So anyway, I got that all squared away, and anyway. So we're just having fun with it, and so far it seems to be working pretty good there, Brady. Oh, to you, Danielsan, if you got a sloppy copy, Motor Mouth Mall, working this thing in a wonderful, wonderful world of sound they got down. Breaker, breaker.
Wow, that was a good recording. Nice and long. Good recording there. All right, it's going to take a while for the playback, so I hope I got conditions for it. Here we go.
That's not too shabby. I changed everything around here at in the station. I know, since I added the SDR receiver, I wanted the audio to get routed in various different directions so I could use it for various different things. And so it took a little while to get it all squared away, but now I've got it working about right. So I don't use my SDR for my water gates on my audio. I use the Drake R8B because of the lack of delay. There's a little bit of a delay on the SDR, and so I don't use it on the gates or my headphone or for monitor. But I have the ability to switch on the gate whether I record from the SDR or the Drake, and I can separate which one is which on record and transmit and receive. So anyway, I got that all squared away, and anyway, so we're just having fun with it, and so far it seems to be working pretty good there, Brady. Go to you, Danielsan, if you got a sloppy copy, Motor Mouth Mall, working this thing in a wonderful, wonderful world of sound they got down. Breaker, breaker.
And if you're wondering about that high-pitched tone there at the end, that's somebody else who keyed up and is heterodyne and given, so that's not in your audio. Anyway, hairpin. Just curious there, does it matter which direction? I don't know if you caught that question. When you set it up, does it matter if it goes more facing the director or facing the reflector, or does it matter?
Oh, no, it doesn't matter. The hairpin is just looking for ground reference. Whether it's going back toward the reflector or toward the director doesn't make any difference at all. So, yeah, pretty much most people put them toward the rear, toward the reflector, but by all means, it can go to the front as well. And by the way, here's a playback of the last part of that here. Check this out. Watch this. Does it work? So far, it seems to be working pretty good there, Greg. Go to you, Danielsan. If you've got a sloppy copy, motor mouth mall, working this thing in a wonderful, wonderful world of sound. They got down. Breaker.
And if you're wondering about that high-pitched tone there at the end, that's somebody else who keyed up and is heterodyne and given, yeah, so that's not in your audio. Anyway, hairpin, just curious there, does it matter which direction? I don't know if you caught that question. When you set it up, does it matter if it goes more facing the director or facing the reflector, or does it matter?
Oh, no, it doesn't matter. The hairpin is just looking for ground reference. There you go, right there. That audio should sound live in Memorex and everything the same. Everything should be, that's probably the best Watergate I've ever had as far as quality of recording and playback audio and being faithful to what it sounded like the first time around. So anyway, I hope you got the answer, and I hope you heard the playback. Danielsan, Motor Mouth Mall, right here, right now, I got down.
All right, I did get the answer, and I appreciate that. I did hear the playback, and wow, did I like my audio. Yeah, I did like that, but the playback sounded very airy to me and scratchy. So, yeah, let me try to play some of it. I'll play it back here, and so you can hear how I heard it over here. It just got kind of airy and scratchy sounding.
So, yeah, pretty much, most people put them toward the rear, toward the reflector, but by all means, it can go to the front as well. And by the way, here's a playback of the last part of that here. Check this out. Watch this. Does it work? So far, it seems to be working pretty good there, Greg. Go to you, Danielsan. If you've got a sloppy copy, motor mouth mall, working this thing in a wonderful, wonderful world of sound. They got down. Breaker.
And if you're wondering about that high-pitched tone there at the end, that's somebody else who keyed up and is heterodyne and given, yeah, so that's not in your audio. Anyway, hairpin, just curious there, does it matter which direction? I don't know if you caught that question. When you set it up, does it matter if it goes more facing the director or facing the reflector, or does it matter?
Oh, no, it doesn't matter. The hairpin is just looking for ground. There you go, right there. That audio should sound live and everything the same. Everything should be, that's probably the best Watergate I've ever had as far as quality of recording and playback audio and being faithful to what it sounded like the first time around. So anyway, I hope you got the answer, and I hope you heard the playback. Danielsan, Motor Mouth Mall, right here, right now, I got down.
All right, so listening to it again, maybe it's coming, that the scratchiness is coming from my end. Maybe it was my playback, because when I started speaking and it was live, I didn't hear it as much. I didn't hear it at all like I did with my playback. So, I don't know, maybe you heard something different.
Well, it could have been the fact that I was recording your playback through a bunch of noise, and I've got the bandwidth set to 10 kilohertz on the flex, and there just could have been a lot of noise, and I have my HGC opened up a little bit more than I need to. Let me, next time I hear you transmit, I'm going to turn my HGC down a little bit. Hang on, so see what happens here. Go ahead and key up again. Let me just readjust my HGC on this thing.
All right, I'll key up here. I got a little bit of a playback so you can listen to the audio there.
And there just could have been a lot of noise, and I have my HGC opened up a little bit more than I need to. Let me, next time I hear you transmit, I'm going to turn my HGC down a little bit. Hang on, so see what happens here. Go ahead and key up again. Let me just readjust my HGC on this thing.
There you go. Hey, your audio's sounding great right now. I like it. And my table over here, even on the playbacks, is vibrating just from your audio, just from the bass, which is pretty cool.
Wow, what a trip. Okay, so my transmit audio is okay. Don't change anything on the transmit audio. So the question is, okay, let me play back yours. Let me play back your audio here for a second here. Let me stop this and play this back and receive. So anyway, got that all squared away, and anyway, so we're just having fun. Hold on, stop. I wanted to play it from here. Hold on.
All right, I'll key up here. I got a little bit of a playback so you can listen to the audio there.
And there just could have been a lot of noise, and I have my HCC opened up a little bit more than I need to. Let me, next time I hear you transmit, I'm going to turn my HCC down a little bit. Hang on, so let's see what happens here. Go ahead and key up again. Let me just readjust my HCC on this thing.
There you go. Hey, your audio's sounding great right now. I like it. And my table over here, even on the playbacks, is vibrating just from your audio, just from the bass, which is pretty cool.
Wow, what a trip. Okay, so my transmit audio is okay. Don't change anything on the transmit audio. So the question is, okay, let me play back yours. Let me play back your audio here. So where's the scratchy airiness coming from, I wonder? Anyway, so like my audio right now, if I record my audio, here, test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is me live, and then this will be the test of me with Memorex mode. Here, test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is me live, and then this will be the Anyway, that was test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is me live, and that was me recorded. Now this is me live. Here, test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It gets confusing.
I don't know, you sound better live to me.
What he said, you sound better live. But here, I'll get you a playback going. I don't know, maybe my recording's off, but I don't recall it sounding like that before. Kind of hollowy sounding, I don't know. Hollowy, is that a word? Whatever.
So the question is, okay, let me play back yours. Let me play back your audio here for a second here. Let me stop this and play this back and receive. So anyway, got that all squared away, and anyway, so we're just having fun. Hold on, stop. I wanted to play it from here. Hold on.
All right, I'll key up here. I got a little bit of a playback so you can listen to the audio there.
And there just could have been a lot of noise, and I have my HCC opened up a little bit more than I need to. Let me, next time I hear you transmit, I'm going to turn my HCC down a little bit. Hang on, so let's see what happens here. Go ahead and flip it again. Let me just readjust my HCC on this thing.
There you go. Hey, your audio's sounding great right now. I like it. And my table over here, even on the playbacks, is vibrating just from your audio, just from the bass, which is pretty cool.
Wow, what a trip. Okay, so my transmit audio is okay. Don't change anything on the transmit audio. So where's the scratchy airiness? What the thing is doing back? Anyway, that was test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is me live, and that was me recorded. Now this is me live. Here, test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gets confusing.
All right, well, there you go. That's what I heard over here. It almost, I don't know. It sounds like it's my playback, maybe.
Yeah, I hear that. My playback did not sound open and crisp. It has something lacking. I'm not sure what that was, but I'm not going to try to fix it right now. I'm just going to make note of it and see if I can improve on my playback and see if I can figure out what that is. But yeah, you're right. Live is better than Memorex, and I'm not sure why Memorex has the lack of openness Hollowy, yeah, it does sound hollowy. It doesn't. It's almost like it loses some of the highs, and yeah, something's not right on the playback audio of my audio. Your audio sounds right on the playback, but not my audio. The break.
Yeah, that's what I'm noticing. So maybe is it my recording? Is it the way I'm recording things? I don't know. Because I've been messing around with stuff here too, but maybe somebody else out there can tell me if my recordings are sounding hollow.
No, your recordings do not sound hollow. The playback that sounds bad is even on, if I record my own audio on my record system and play it back, my playback sounds not the playback of the people I record, which is interesting, the playback of myself. So on my audio that's being recorded locally, it and only it, I think when I play back sounds flat, hollow, and not lively. So I think there's something going wrong with either my recording of my audio. Now, one thing is my audio on these recordings is not coming off of the SDR. It's coming off of, here, let me do something. I'm recording now off the Drake. Let me switch my receive to transmit, or let me switch my transmit record to the Flex. Here it goes. Now I've switched the transmit record over to the Flex, and I'm going to play this back, the two. So here, stop. Here, and now play back two of them. Here goes. It's coming off of, here, let me do something. I'm recording now off the Drake. Let me switch my receive to transmit, or let me switch my transmit record to the Flex. Here it goes. Now I've switched the transmit record over to the Flex, and I'm going to play this back, the two. So here, stop. Now that sounds pretty good. The problem is, yeah, that sounds like a whole lot better audio. I don't know if you could hear enough of it there. But the problem is when I record off of the Flex for everything, my signal is so strong, the HEC on the software-defined radio needs to be reset for my audio and signal level when I'm transmitting, and then it's not set right for when I go to receive mode to receive you. So I'd rather leave the SDR set at the proper settings for HEC and audio frequency and all that to receive you, and then I just switch my record level and monitor level audio for whatever my Watergate purposes and all that over to the Drake. Now the Drake is only a 6 kc wide capability, and the Flex is at 10 kc wide. So when I switch over here, like I'm back recording onto the recording from the Drake, the audio is at 6 kilohertz, and yeah, not nearly as crisp. So there's probably a characteristic difference in the Drake that causes the receiver to not record the audio or play the audio well into the recorder. So anyway, I think it's on my end, the break.
Roger that. That was a pretty.
When you record somebody else, they sound fine,
You
though.
want me to play that back, or do you want to just wait for it and I'll speak to you later?
I can wait for that later on. And another station keyed up and said, your playbacks sound fine of other people. So yeah, I think it's definitely a matter of my audio getting onto the recording, and not so much the audio getting off the recording. I think I'm actually recording it weirdly off of the Drake. And, you know, I want to record my audio off of a receiver because it's more realistic than recording it off of the audio feed directly into the audition bus or whatever. I could do that, but then it would sound too much like a non-processed audio being recorded. I want it to go to a receiver and everything, so I might try a different receiver, take the Drake out of line, and maybe put in something else. But I don't want it to have a delay. You know, I want it to be an analog receiver. So anyway, I'll play with that, but I definitely think it's happening on my record, the audio from my station. I also, by my audio being local and strong, the receiver is getting saturated. Even though there's no antenna on the receiver, it's still looking at a 30/9 signal. So, you know, it's pretty compressed and squashed on the receiver. So, and that's what I'm using for audio for both me to monitor myself as well as the audio that gets onto the gates.
Yeah, roger that. Well, now you know some of my dilemma now that you're playing around with the SDR, like the delay. It's something you just got to get used to. Yeah, all the time I got to mess with that. Imagine trying to tune your audio while you're listening to that delay. Oh, man. You can't say little sentences and rhymes because you're listening to the other audio, and it doesn't really confuse you, but I don't know, it makes you stutter. It's weird. But here's a little more playback for you.
Weirdly, off of the Drake. And, you know, I want to record my audio off of a receiver because it's more realistic than recording it off of the audio feed directly into the you know, audition bus or whatever. I could do that, but then it would sound too much like a non-processed audio being recorded. I wanted to go to a receiver and everything, so I might try a different receiver, take the Drake out of line, and maybe put in something else. But I don't want it to have a delay. You know, I want it to be an analog receiver. So anyway, I'll play with that, but I definitely think it's happening on my record, the audio from my station. I also the receiver is getting saturated. Even though there's no antenna on the receiver, it's still looking at a 30/9 signal. So, you know, it's pretty compressed and squashed on the receiver. So, and that's what I'm using for audio for both me to monitor myself as well as the audio that gets onto the gates.
And there you go, that's what I got. And wow, I should be building my antenna right now, but the skip's going so well, I haven't left the chair.
10-4. By the way, your audio's about a kc wider on either side than mine is. You're going out about, you know, I've got my filter set at about 5 kilohertz on either side of center, and you're going at about 6.0 kilohertz on either side of center. Looks beautiful. Sounds great. Let me play back this little bit here. Not my own audio on the recording from let me play back the recording from you. And about halfway through, and I'll play this. Here goes. Station. The receiver is getting saturated. Even though there's no antenna on the receiver, it's still looking at a 30/9 signal. So, you know, it's pretty compressed and squashed on the receiver. So, and that's what I'm using for audio for both me to monitor myself as well as the audio that gets onto the gates.
And there you go, that's what I got. And wow.
Okay.
I should be building my antenna right now, but the skip's going so well, I haven't left the chair.
10-4. By the way, your audio's about a kc wider on either side than mine is. Okay. You're going. Anyway, there you go. Yeah, my audio's flat on playback, but my audio that you record that I playback sounds good, but the audio that I record of myself on playback sounds flat. So, yeah, I think that's what's going on. I'll have to deal with that a little bit later on. And yeah, you should probably be building your antenna, but skip comes first to break. You already got an antenna that's working, so you can get back to building that in a little bit. And yeah, as far as the dilemmas and the delay on this SDR, you know what I had a problem with in my headphones was every time I would unkey, I would hear the last portion of the last word that I said really loud in my headphones, because the SDR was still receiving it when I went into receive mode, and it was like, too loud. So I hung a capacitor on the relay, a 2200 microfarad capacitor on a relay. Might be a little bit big, but I could probably go to 1,000 or 1,500. But anyways, 2200 microfarads, and it holds the relay. So when I unkey, it takes a little while for that cap to discharge, and then the relay lets go. and then lets the audio through, so I don't hear that doubling of audio in my headphones. And it was just really loud. So I actually have about a quarter of a second of delay between the time that I unkey and the time that I can hear anything at all. But it's a whole lot better than hearing either a pop or a loud doubling of the last thing that I said.
Hello, Mama.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, sometimes when I have my background noise up, and my, like I have another monitor radio turned on, or I don't know, TV or whatever. A lot of people will hear that when I first key up. It'll sound like some weird noise, just like a kind of, or whatever I got going on in the background, because my receive is still going through while my transmit is coming up, and it catches that last whatever, 0.3 of a second, or I don't know how much, but you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah, I had the same thing even before the SDR. I had something because of the audio processing. There was a delay in the audio. So when I would, talk into the mic, the audio processing was still working on the audio. So when I keyed, if somebody unkeyed and I keyed up right away, the microphone would be picking up the audio that it just last heard through the monitor speakers. And then if they had a Roger beep and I keyed up at the right time, then before I started talking, you'd hear their Roger beep, and then I would talk. So it was kind of weird, but yeah, I had to make sure I didn't have the control room monitors up too loud. So yeah, there's all kinds of things that happen when you start deviating from the norm and thinking outside the box and doing something different and running SDR receivers or audio processing with delays or anything like that. It complicates things, but in a good way, there, Brady.
Well, if I wasn't enjoying myself, I wouldn't know about all of this or any of this or SDR delays or whatever, right? So I'm going to continue. I enjoy it. The little snafus, the workarounds. I don't know. It's all fun and games to me. I'm retired or retarded, both probably, and just having fun.
You and I are in the same boat. Exactly. I'm retired. Or is that retarded? Could be one of the same. And I enjoy doing this stuff. So if I didn't like it, I wouldn't do it either. Hey, check this out here. That was a really good quality transmission here. Check this out. Watch this. Now, somebody said motor mouth, and I didn't get who that was. You can hear that I didn't hear you, but I did acknowledge you. So I'm not sure who it was, but hello right back there to you. And here's the recording.
Well, if I wasn't enjoying myself, I wouldn't know about all of this or any of this or SDR delays or whatever, right? So I'm going to continue. I enjoy it. The little snafus, the workarounds. I don't know. It's all fun and games to me. I'm retired or retarded, both probably, and just having fun.
There you go. That's the way I heard it go down in the world of sound. Danielsan, Motor Mouth Mall, right here, right now.
Oh, right on. Yeah. I haven't got good audio recordings like that in a while. When you went on your trip to go up north, I had changed my stuff around, and so I wasn't quite sure what was going on. I was guessing it was okay, but now that I've gotten those good playbacks, I heard the other ones that you did, that you posted on YouTube, and I heard it there, but I don't know, these playbacks seem to be, I don't know, I like them a lot.
Oh yeah, I think the quality is definitely improving on both sides. And, I noticed one thing. What is this, John? You on Channel 6 right now? Yeah, it's me. At Lompoc. Oh, cool. Hey, Joe in Lompoc. Hello to you. I hope you can hear me in Lompoc. Running a little bit of I'm cheating. Let's put it that way. I won't say what I'm doing, but I'm cheating. Anyway, it's, a lot of things are improving. And as when I was doing the rewiring of the station, I found a couple of different redundant wiring things and some grounds that were messed up and various different things that I think was causing me to increase the bass to cover up a mistake. And so I had a lot of extra bass rolled up in the audio that I didn't need. After I rewired some stuff. Oh, hello.
Do you have a button?
Yes, I do. Hang on, let me go. I'll be right back there, Danielson. Don't go away. Anyway, I found some stuff that let me take some bass out of the audio. I'll be right back.
All right, John. Not a problem. Hey, Motormouth Mall. I hear my friend 2112 out there. I hear my friend 2112, so I want to wave to him. He's up there in Sacramento. Hey, 2112, Danielson, Tucson. I'm waving at you.
Anyway, I'm back.
Hello, radio?
Yeah, Pantera's going. It'll take him a while, though, and he's in and out. So, yeah, so you said you rewired a bunch of stuff and didn't have to put in as much bass.
Yeah, exactly. I found after I wired everything differently, it was really over the top and overbearing in the bass department. What the heck is going on here? And so I pulled the bass out and got back to this really clear sound in my headphones that I'm not really used to. I mean, I'm used to hearing a thicker, heavier, fatter sound, but it was to achieve a particular kind of a bass that I wanted, was trying to get. Anyway, I had to pull a bunch of the bass out to get back to where I was, which means my transmitted audio, I think, has less bass on it and probably has a little bit more clarity there, Briggs.
Oh, it sounds good to me, that's for sure. It does sound a little different, but I wouldn't be able to pick it out unless you said something, But I'll play it back for you here, because it does sound really, really good.
I wired everything differently. It was really over the top and overbearing in the bass department. What the heck is going on here? And so I pulled the bass out and got back to this really clear sound in my headphones that I'm not really used to hearing. I'm used to hearing a thicker, heavier, fatter sound. It was to achieve a particular kind of a bass that I wanted, was trying to get. Anyway, I had to pull a bunch of the bass out to get back to where I was, which means my transmitted audio, I think, has less bass on it and probably has a little bit more clarity there, Bree.
And kind of a similar situation that happened to me with my highs, if you remember. And I was clamping the hell out of my highs. Well, I had a corrupt database too, so well, it kind of seems like I didn't have to do as much to get, a better result.
Yeah, 10-4. The same similar kind of a thing. And so anyway, I think it was a byproduct. The byproduct of having to change things around was actually a better quality audio. So I don't want to get tempted to put the bass back in too much. I'm kind of liking what I'm hearing, and I think on your water gates are showing that there's enough bass. So you don't think I need to roll any more up in there, do you?
I don't think it needs any more. But you're an expert, Set it up the way you want it. Set it up the way you like it, I like it the way you sound, and I think a lot of people give you added pressure to sound the best, since you are Motormouth Mall and you're kind of the grandfather of audio now. But here's a little playback.
Having to change things around was actually a better quality audio, so I don't want to get tempted to put the bass back in too much. I'm kind of liking what I'm hearing, and I think on your water gates are showing that there's enough bass. So you don't think I need to roll any more up in there, do you?
There you go. That's what I heard, and no, I don't think it needs it. I don't. It sounds very nice and enhanced, wide-banded.
Roger. Okay, very good. No, I think that's what I hear, too, in my local receivers, and I think I'm pretty happy with it. So, it was, like I said, it was a good byproduct. I didn't expect that to happen that way, but it did. And so, yeah, all good. The transmit, receive, everything is working like it should. So now I just got to figure out where I got to leave the settings for when I drive around town or whatever, and expect me to be on the gate, because my audio is different. I don't know about my carrier, because I don't record. Well, haven't looked at that really. Well, I can now with the SDR, I guess. But anyway, I noticed when I would drive around town and record myself with the SDR, I get a lot of pumping audio sound, like from the AGC and from everything changing. And I don't know why that's happening. I don't hear it on anybody else's signal. So it's either coming from my mobile or it's coming from my mobile's, coming from the SDR recording my mobile, which might be a little bit hotter, a little bit different sounding than everybody else. So I'm not sure about that yet. So I got to figure out the settings. But, you know, I don't think that's going to be too difficult to figure out. It may very well be my mobile. Something might have changed in it that's causing it to sound like it's pumping. But it also could be signal strength versus audio volume and the way the IQ audio works with that.
I'm not sure what would cause it, what wouldn't. Man, it could be just that the Flex is kind of old, and maybe, you know, I don't think, when was the last time they updated it? So maybe the algorithms just can't handle what you're doing, the bandwidth versus, you know, the S unit, you know, the power level coming into it. I'm not sure, though. I'm not even going to pretend to. I am pretending to think I understand it.
Well, I don't know. I'll figure it out, though. I gotta critique the mobile a little bit more, but I haven't had anywhere near the time to devote to to the mobile, since I've been trying to get the SDR all dialed in over here. But I did notice that when I recorded the mobile yesterday, there was a lot of pumping. And I guess what I should do, now that I'm aware of that pumping sound, I need to ask somebody in town if they hear that same sound, and see what they catch on their end. It's very possible that maybe they're not hearing it, or it's possible they're hearing it, in which case it's not the Flex, it's my mobile. So anyway, I got to check that out. But by the way, that last transmission was really good again. Check this out real fast.
What caused it? What wouldn't? Man, it could be just that the Flex is kind of old, and maybe, you know, I don't think, when was the last time they updated it? So maybe the algorithms just can't handle what you're doing, the bandwidth versus, you know, the S unit, you know, the power level coming into it. I'm not sure, though. I'm not even going to pretend to. I am pretending to think I understand it.
Yeah, Roger. I'll figure it out, though. I gotta critique the mobile a little bit more, but I wasn't. Stop! I gotta work with my engineer. She's a little slow on the buttons sometimes. I gotta work on that a little bit. And anyway, okay, BBI. BBI says, don't mess with anything, stop. He says, even Danielsan is telling you to stop. Don't change it. All right, I got the crazy glue out. I got crazy glue. Oh, man, what a mess. I got crazy glue all over the monitor now. And, oh, man, I can't see through this crap. Well, thanks a whole lot. Well, anyway, there it is. Now I can't see my monitor because it's full of crazy glue.
Oh, boy. Well, that's not good. You better go get some, I don't know, what works with crazy glue? Acetone?
I wonder if the acetone is going to melt off the touch, or the coating on the LCD screen. I have to give that a shot now, because I got doggone monitor full of crazy glue, which is what, cyanacrylate? I got to figure out what takes off cyanacrylate without melting the faceplate.
Oh, yeah, if it's an LD, I thought it was glass. No, I wouldn't put acetone on that. I'm not sure. I think acetone can even haze up glass.
I think so. I think somebody was, I heard some rumor somewhere, I don't know, rumor. I heard a story that somebody had a bunch of solar panels. And it was Starman up north of me over here. He was talking about a solar panel installation, and some painters got up there, and they didn't mask off the solar panels. And so they got a whole bunch of overspray all over all the glass. So they came back and said, oh, we'll clean it up, no problem, no worries. And I think they got a whole bunch of acetone and started cleaning the glass and getting the paint off. And then it left it smeared somehow, or pitted, or etched, or whatever the heck happens. And then the efficiency of the solar panels went to hell in a handbasket. And so they ultimately had to buy new solar panels. But yeah, that's I don't know. Now I got a monitor. I got an HP monitor here, full of doggone what's it called? Crazy glue. Dadgummit.
No, that's not good. That's not good. Man, I wish you had a video recorder on that so we all could see how that happened. But here's a recording.
Solar panels. And so they got a whole bunch of overspray all over all the glass. So they came back and said, oh, we'll clean it up, no problem, no worries. And I think they got a whole bunch of acetone. They started cleaning the glass and getting the paint off. And then it left it smeared somehow, or pitted, or etched, or whatever the heck happens. And then the efficiency of the solar panels went to hell in a handbasket. And so they ultimately had to buy new solar panels. But yeah, that's I don't know. Now I got a monitor. I got an HP monitor here, full of doggone what's it called? Crazy glue. Dadgummit.
So here we go. Yeah, too bad that the whole crazy glue incident wasn't video recorded. That would have been something to watch.
Oh man, yeah. I got a webcam here. I should probably hook that up so I can record some of this ridiculous stuff. You know, people tell me to glue things shut, so I take their word for it. I glue, whatever, and I get stuck with this. Oh well, it is what it is. Oh man. Well, I guess our talk show is being heard elsewhere, which is cool, I guess. And yeah. I guess things are working, and Mother Nature's even working in our favor. Danielsan, this is too cool. Again, like I told you before about the changes. There's a jackhammer or a impact wrench in the background. Whenever I make changes over here on this doggone station, I always get rewarded by some form of Mother Nature. I get a little bit of skip rolling up in here. And it's kind of nice to me.
Yeah, well, see, there'll be no skip tomorrow then, because I'm about to make a change with my antenna. So, and it's always been the opposite for me. I don't know. Maybe it won't be. I really don't care. I'm kind of excited, though, to build that antenna and get it up, even though it's, a very minimal 3-element beam. It's small. Oh, my God, is it small. But HOA, it should work. It should be better than a 2-element, right?
Well, yeah, it should be better than a 2, and you're going to be able to keep the old one, right? You're still going to keep the Moxon where it is?
Oh, no, the Moxon's going to have to come down. This will replace it. Yeah, I can't put up any more antennas, so I got to put this one in its place.
Oh, okay, bummer. Well, you know where I was going with that. I was going to think that maybe by chance you could have 2 beams and then, utilize that for your dual diversity receive. But I guess not. Okay.
Yeah, that would be really cool. But no, I can't do that. They're only allowing me so many antennas, and I'm kind of pushing it, not going through them just to change out the antenna. They might say something like, oh, that's a different antenna and you didn't get approval. But I really don't care, because they didn't come and check with me when they put the big metal roof right underneath it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, no, I think, I think anybody with an HOA would be happy to be able to have at least one antenna. So, you know, the fact that you've got what you've got and it's working as well as it's working, I would probably not go too far. I wouldn't push my luck with it, they're bringing.
Yeah, and the thing is I've got, well, I technically 5 antennas up, but really 4. I've got a 130-foot long wire that makes an L shape around the perimeter of my yard, and then I've got the Moxon that's up. I've got the Game Master, which is, you know, I don't know, 21-foot vertical, whatever it is, or 24-foot vertical, and then I have my 2-meter 440 antenna. So that one's 2 antennas in one.
Wow, you got quite a lot going on there for HOA stuff. That's pretty good. That's I don't think I've never heard of anyone in an HOA have the ability to get all that stuff up there, you know, approved and not complained about. By the way, I did something a little bit unorthodox here on my record of my audio. I tuned, let me turn my headphones down here. I tuned my Drake R8B radio. First I put it in 4 kilohertz mode, and then I tuned the bandpass offset just a little bit. I got high frequency feedback into my headphones. Let me turn them down some more. Anyway, so what I've done is I've pass bands shifted over a little bit, and I've reduced my IF bandwidth to 4 kilohertz. And now let me play back, or let me record some of my audio here. Oops, stop. Here. Let me record a little bit of audio off of the Drake and see what happens on playback. And let's see what it sounds like. So here it goes. We're going to play back right now. Let me record a little bit of audio off of the Drake and see what happens on playback. Yeah, let's see what it sounds like. So here it goes. We're going to play back right now. Well, that's not too shabby. Actually, I think that sounds better. So it shows me that my receiver is the culprit for the weird playbacks, I think.
Yeah, it might be. It's weird watching it over here on the pan adapter when you did the playback, because it got a little bit lower in frequency response, bassier, you know. But watching it here, it was narrower on the transmit bandwidth. So that was kind of weird to watch. Watch it get sound wider, you know, with deeper bass, but it actually wasn't.
Of my audio, I tuned, let me turn my headphones down here. I tuned my Drake R8B radio. First I put it in 4 kilohertz mode, and then I tuned the bandpass offset just a little bit. I got high frequency feedback into my headphones. Let me turn them down some more. Anyway, so what I've done is I've pass bands shifted over a little bit, and I've reduced my IF bandwidth to 4 kilohertz. And now let me play back, or let me record some of my audio here. Oops, stop. Here. Let me record a little bit of audio off of the Drake and see what happens on playback. Yeah, let's see what it sounds like. So here it goes. We're going to play back right now. Let me record a little bit of audio off of the Drake and see what happens on playback. Yeah, let's see what it sounds like. So here it goes. We're going to play back right now. Well, that's not too shabby. Actually, I think that sounds better. So it shows me that my receiver is the culprit for the weird playbacks, I think.
There you go. That's what I just recorded. I got a lot of recordings, and I got 5 gig of space on that thing that we use. So I just realized that I got 5 gig of space, so I could upload videos and stuff too.
Wow, what a trip. You know what? That's not too shabby. I got to remember to keep my headphones down lower, because as I turn the headphones up louder and louder, I get more of that stuff in the background. So I got to keep the headphones down low enough to where that's not in there. And you know what happens is as you keep talking on the radio longer and longer, your ears get desensitized. So you need to turn things up louder to get the same effect in the ears. And as you turn things up louder, the feedback starts happening sooner. So, oh my God, all these things. I guess it'd be better if I just learned not to monitor the audio at all, right? Just keep everything down real low so it doesn't get up in there at all and make any mess. And that also reminded me, I had to look at my phone. You know, I realized when I started this video gate, I had about 7 gigs of storage space available. And now I believe I'm at 3 gigs available. So this is a long gate to start with. It's an hour long so far. And I'm using a better, higher quality resolution on the camera so that it can see the SDR screen better. So real soon, one of my neighbors, Nighthawk, you've talked to him. He you're going to be getting some from him up there, up north. One of my neighbors suggested that I try out Filmora 9. It's a video editing software kind of stuff that allows you to do screen captures. And I'm going to use it, and I'm going to put it. Hopefully it'll go onto this computer without any glitches. And I'm going to use it to screen capture the videos, and then be able to upload those to Facebook or whatever the case may be, YouTube or whatever. But anyway, yeah, eventually I'll get off the phone and I'll do what real people do with SDRs. Instead of taking a video of the computer break.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, that's a very long one I recorded there, so I'm not going to play that all back over the air, but I will put it in the folder for you to listen to later. Yeah. Well, when you get all that worked out and you start figuring out what you're going to use with the SDR and how you're going to make your recordings, then, yeah, maybe I can pick your brain a little bit so I can set something up over here myself. And I don't know if I want to do all of it myself, like start my own channel. I don't know if I want to get that involved with it, but maybe I can upload to that folder and you can use some tidbits of what I got, you know, or whatever for your stuff. I don't know. But I would like to get something set up.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know if I want to do my own room or video feed or anything like that either. I think just want to be able to make the gates and then post them up on YouTube. I guess that's a channel, isn't it? I guess YouTube is a whatever. But, yeah, I certainly do appreciate the recordings that you make now and that you will make in the future. I'm going to add a little bit more decay time. Hello. Test. That's like 131 style. And I'm done. That's 131 style reverb. No, I don't like that. I'll just leave it where it was. All right. Anyway, yeah, that'll be cool. Very, very cool. Looking forward to that. And you can hear all the banging in the background. That's the house being leveled out, set on its piers, and married together. So that's happening as we speak. Kind of exciting. And I just added a tad bit more reverb, just a little bit of roominess. So I don't know what that did to the audio, but anyway, there's a little bit more up in there. Hello to you, Danielsan, and the rest of the world. Motor mouth ball waving and stepping right there right now.
Well, I'll let you hear it for yourself. That wasn't too bad. It wasn't too long of a recording, so I'll let you hear it for yourself what you did with all the reverb stuff and all that. And yeah, at one point you sounded like you were in a big bathroom taking a leak. It was pretty, yeah. Anyway, here we go.
And either I think just want to be able to make the gates and then post them up on YouTube. I guess that's a channel, isn't it? I guess YouTube is a whatever. But yeah, I certainly do appreciate the recordings that you make now and that you will make in the future. I'm going to add a little bit more decay time. Hello. Test. That's like 131 style. And I'm done. That's 131 style reverb. No, I don't like that. I'll just leave it where it was. All right. Anyway, yeah, that'll be cool. Very, very cool. Looking forward to that. And you can hear all the banging in the background. That's the house being leveled out, set on its piers, and married together. So that's happening as we speak. Kind of exciting. And I just added a tad bit more reverb. Just a little bit of roominess. So I don't know what that did to the audio, but anyway, there's a little bit more up in there. Hello to you, Danielsan, and the rest of the world. Motormouth Mall waving and stepping right there right now.
It sounded pretty good, but I want to do a little bit more. I want to add a little bit to it. And there you go. I just wanted to hear that later on in your videos to see if I need to make any adjustments on my my playback for music.
Interesting. Now is that was a different version possibly? There's a few versions of that running around. Here's my version. Anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. That was a different version. And this right here is my CD player. It'll be pretty good audio. We'll see if you got that on your end. Anyway, Danielsan, Motormouth Mall, your West Coast Thunder Modulated Beast right there, right now. I got down.
Oh yeah, I got it. I definitely got it. And check it out. I'll play it back for you. But yeah, the Pink Panther theme song. That's different. I think your version is different. Mine says original version on it when I downloaded it. So I don't know. One of them's probably original and the other one was done later, right? Okay. Anyway, here's a playback.
Anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. That was a different version. And this right here is my CD player. It'll be pretty good audio. See if you got that on your end. Anyway, Danielsan, Motormouth Mall, your West Coast Thunder Modulated Beast right there, right now. I got down.
And there you have it. Now I'm going to do the same thing you just did, and I'm going to play a little something while I'm talking. See what the levels are like there. See if it's overtaking my voice, or if it's just about right. Got the Superman theme in the background there. I should probably turn it down here on my monitor, but I really don't care. I'm enjoying it. There's no kryptonite over here. No kryptonite, so I'm good to go, right? Anyway, that should do it right there. All right, Motormouth Mall, Danielsan, Tucson.
That sounded good. Yeah, you'll see that on the video, Gabe. That sounded really good. And it might have been a little loud for something to voice over. But it sounded like it was working real good. The audio sounded really good. The quality sounded phenomenal. And I got to remember to keep my headphones down, man. I keep bumping up my headphones. I heard that in that last gate. I had the doggone headphones up too loud, and I subliminally or inadvertently delete that in my head so I don't pick up the feedback. So I know it's not really there, but it is. It is there. When it happens, it happens. So anyway, I gotta keep those things turned down. Anyhow, hey, Danielsan, well, you got that? You know what? It's going to be fun for you to see this on the doggone pan adapter. You'll be able to see all the harmonics within the audible spectrum within the 10 kc wide bandwidth. Well, in your case, about 12 kc wide. But mine's, I'm sitting here rolled out pretty tight at 5 kilohertz of audio and 10 kilohertz of bandwidth. And but you'll see that it just looks incredibly nice on the pan adapter. And the audio sounds so good. What I'm hoping, hey, Danielsan, I've got 2.5 gigabytes of space left on this phone. It's going to be a long gate to upload. Man, I'll tell you. But what I'm hoping is going to happen with people looking at pan adapters and listening to good quality audio and hearing playbacks of playbacks and all that on AM radio, what I'm hoping is that people are going to realize what it doesn't take and what it does take to sound good on channel. All the bogus watts people see on the watt meters, which are all those harmonics and all those things that are outside of the band, outside of the channel, that are all added in on a watt meter. When they see a watt meter that's pegged over, but they wonder why only 200 of their 800 watts is on channel, I want them to see on the pan adapter where the audio and the energy in the sidebands is located and where all the other stuff is located when there's a problem. You know, like some sound effects, doorbells and other things. They show up all these spikes, maybe 3 or 4 little spikes or 2 or 3 little spikes on the 10 channel allotted bandwidth, and then about 30 spikes all the way out at almost the same damn amplitude. And all that takes power, right? Why does that all have to do there outside the channel? Why can't it all be inside the channel? So I'm just hoping that this whole thing with pan adapters and SDR receivers and all that is going to be educational and eye-opening. That's sort of what I'm leaning towards. You know, you can't get everybody to do the right thing. But as people see what the right thing is, you know, when you go to the drag strip and you see people winning and you see people doing something that, you know, is impressive, most people try to get to that point. They don't try to find some other way to make the car slower. You know, they try to make it better. So hopefully by enlightening people, and I know not everybody out there is an engineer, and you don't have to be, but my goal, my hopes are that we enlighten people and let them see what their new levels of what their new horizon should be, what their new sights need to be set at. And you set the sights higher and you raise the bar and you get better quality. That's sort of where I'm going with this. Anyway, Danielsan, Tucson, Motor Muff Mall. If the conditions are still there, I'm sorry about that. That was a long key. Damn. The problem with building a box too good is you don't have any key down time to worry about. Let me get my knees up in the breeze. I got down.
Oh yeah, super long key down, and you still got conditions, man. It's all you. There's nobody else in my receiver right now. Nobody. It's all you. So, but yeah, I hope all that works like you're describing there, man. I hope other people with their radios, you know, and experiences come and join us. I'd love to learn more from what other people have figured out, you know. And there's a lot of people something a little bit different or trying something out, you know, or you haven't thought of yet, or, you know, something that we've already tried that we know doesn't work or does work and we can help somebody else out with. That's, you know, I hope that's kind of the direction it's going.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we'll know all in time. You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have like a all SDR all the time channel. So anybody can post video gates to it. Obviously, that you don't want to eliminate anybody from posting gates, except for the fact that they have to be gates made using an SDR. So you have the pan adapter display. And as that gets more and more prevalent, if it does, who knows, it probably won't. I don't know, I can't say that. Here I am jumping on this. I didn't think about doing this first. I jumped on the bandwagon. I saw, other people out there, 301 in Alabama, and, there's a million other people out there doing gates with SDRs. And I thought, man, that is a great idea. And it took me a long time to jump on the doggone bandwagon, right? But I finally did. And it wasn't me. I can't take credit for it. I just saw it was a no-brainer, man. And it was the perfect venue to show and exploit what high fidelity, I don't want to say high fidelity. That is such a gross misrepresentation of what we're doing out here. I use the term high fidelity, and I call myself Motormouth Mall High Fidelity, station. But in reality, it's extended audio, extended AM bandwidth, and a sort of that cartoon-like exaggerated audio. But certainly not high fidelity, meaning that high fidelity means a faithful reproduction of the original. Well, that would sound pretty wimpy on AM. And there's a reason why they don't do that on AM stations. Anyway, Danielsan, Motormouth Mall, your West Coast. Undermodulated beast, right here, right now, I got down.
So what happened here, I got to describe this to you, but I'm recording, and while I'm recording you, during this whole last key up that you just did, okay, I get a phone call from my son's dental clinic. So I had to let go of the record button. You're continuing. I get to the phone. I have a whole spiel with them about changing the date and everything because the doctor won't be there. So I got to change the dates and times and figure all that out. I come back to it, and then I'm able to record you on the same key up because that box just works so well. So.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, man, I just got something on my phone I want to look at here. God, that's loud. That's oh, it's the phone. Hang on. Stop. All right. I guess I gotta turn that down. That won't work. It's a live feed that came up on my phone with the delay. And I thought, I'll listen to that real fast. And I tried to get in, and then it, crazy. Yeah. Too much stuff going on there for me to be able to do that. Well, it's good to be able to keep the key down every now and again there, Brady. I know being long-winded doesn't make you 10-8. But if you're 10-8, you can be long-winded.
Roger that, Motormouth Mall. Roger that. All right, so you want to continue? You want me to continue recording? I can do some more recordings here. I got plenty of time. It seems like conditions are going to last for a while.
Well, let's keep talking, but I'm going to go ahead and shut this Watergate off because I've got 2 gigs of space left, and I don't want to get caught with no space on the phone to be able to do any editing or anything. I may not even edit. I might just post the whole thing as it is. It's an hour and 18 minutes long already, so I think I'm going to stop recording. But you can record and play back if you want to. I'll stay out here and talk to you for a while. And but I am going to shut off this particular gate there, Breaker.
Yeah, roger that. All right. Yeah, well, I'm going to take 2 minutes then and go hit the restroom and fill up my glass, and I'll come back around and do a little more recording and playback and talking to whoever and enjoy the show. Danielsan, Tucson.
All right, sounds good, Danielsan. Beautiful sounding audio, beautiful radio, and I think I'm going to go across the room here and grab me a Mountain Dew. I've got some Mountain Dew in the fridge, so I'm going to grab some of that. I'd rather have coffee, but I don't have any coffee made right now, so I think I'll just get the Mountain Dew instead. Anyway, we'll catch you back in a little bit. Danielsan Motormouth Mall, your West Coast undermodulated beast, right here, right now.
Roger that. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'll come back around, and I want to see if anybody else is out there listening. They might have some questions. Who knows? Anyway, Danielsan Tucson. Catch you in a few.
I would hope so. All right, be back in a bit. I think I heard a 409 saying, I guess Motormouth Mall can't hear us, and you're right, it's pretty weak. Sorry about that. I can hear that you're there, but I can't really hear what you're saying there, Brady. Roger there, 409. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I definitely heard you, but it's weak. You know, Mother Nature's not really in our favor right now, but I could definitely hear you up in there. 409, Motormouth Mall, waving and stepping. Hello, 383 around the Lone Star State. I got you up in there too. Let me stop this Watergate, but I'll stay out here for a bit. Hey, 383 Motormouth Mall, waving and stepping.